Welcome to Mahala Monday. Absolutely wonderful to have you with us. As always, Rhoda is here. And I'm Dougal. Hello.
Hello, Dougal. Welcome, everybody. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a bit chilly tonight. So
I feel spring.
You feel spring.
I might not look it. I am
that's
definitely
true.
feeling spring on the inside.
Yeah, it is a bit chilly still, Dougal, so I'm not fully there yet. But yes, it is. So everybody welcome. Grab your cup of coffee or your plate of food and let's have some fun.
Yeah, I definitely feel spring on the inside. First show of September, Rhoda.
Yes, first show of September. How exciting is that? We don't have any flowers, anything, Dougal. I don't know what type of presenter you are.
That's all right. I've got it on the inside. That's the most important thing. But what is also super important is that you got to definitely share this and subscribe. That's what we want you to do. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Hit bell. Do all of that. Do the things you got to do and subscribe. An exciting show as always. And of course, we look forward to your questions, your comments, whatever questions you have. Rhoda is dying to answer it. Please send it through to us. And yeah, we've got some various topics that Rhoda has elected for us. Obviously, I'm doing this blindly because I just raise an opinion on these things. And as we all know, my opinion is like water. It's either cold or non-existent at places. Be as it may, what are we talking about?
Yes. So firstly, it is a team effort, guys. So there's some people on the background as well that actually gets us some of the information as well. So heads up to the rest of the team as well for getting up some of these stories. So starting off, and it's big news at the moment, it is the hijacking building in Johannesburg. So you heard of this one?
Yes.
And I know we spoke about it some last week. Or
The building, yeah, that burned.
The two of us had a conversation. You came in and said, guys, they're hijacking buildings now. And I remember you were quite like fascinated with the fact that they were hijacking buildings. So, yeah.
And before we talk about this, because I mean, we're looking at what, 70 people that, that lost their lives?
Another 3 apparently passed away in hospital, yeah.
Sure.
So, and a lot of kids. There was a lot of kids. So, in this building, particularly, Dougal, it was squatting. They were squatting in this building. So, they basically went to the building, squatted in the building, and then what they call a hijacking apparently is when there's a group, a syndicate that actually goes via gunpoint, goes to these people and actually demand payment from them. So they then have to give the money to these guys.
And not the rightful owner.
And not the rightful owner of the building. So this specific building was hijacked. It was a city building. So it was hijacked and the people were forced to pay money. So, and then a history about this building, which was quite fascinating, was the fact that President Cyril Ramaphosa, that building 50 years ago, he got his dome pass there. Yeah. So that's where you had to go to get your pass, your book, to be able to walk into the so-called white areas to go and work there. So interesting. So that was the history of that building. Little history that I found out.
Yeah.
But one of the bigger problems they had is because of the fact that there is a problem with accommodation, with housing for people. So. And this is what's happening.
Do you know what, Rhoda? This is it, because it's a real sense of lawlessness. And I mean, this is quite a sad note to start off with.
Sad.
But in my humble opinion is how far this is what happens when you don't care, when you don't follow rules, when you don't adhere to the rule of law, when nobody track. This is what happens. But explain it to the 70 people who are no longer with us. Explain it to their families. Explain it to their children. Explain it to their mums and dads. Somebody please do that for us. Whoever you are, go and do it. This is when you have useless leaders, politicians, and people just do what they want. This is what happens.
True.
Now, and we're going to constantly have this sort of thing happen again. And no longer can you do it. But what do? Do you know what? When you vote idiots into power, they are well represented if that's what you want. This is absolutely chaotic and useless.
So true. Shame, Dougal. So I'm going to have quite a bit of bad news for you. The next one is load shedding, Dougal. So did you know by the 4th of September, it is exactly a year later that we've had every single day, basically load shedding.
And there's the colors.
There's the colors.
So the darker color means like a higher level, I would assume.
I really don't know.
Because there's more of them. And then the yellow color means those were the days my fog lights were on.
That's true, Dougal.
You could still see.
That's
The yellow
true.
lights.
Yeah. So it is a year later. Can you believe it? It feels like it started yesterday and it's still happening. Or maybe 5. It feels like it's 5 years ago also because it's crazy.
Just to correct what you're saying, yeah. You're saying a year later. This is
It's
where
a
we've...
year later.
Yeah, we've had load shedding before.
We've had before.
But you mean like the constant
Constant.
bit, yeah.
You
All
know
right.
for the fact you're going to wake up, the first thing you're going to look at is your phone and like, okay, what's
Yeah.
load shedding looking like today?
But once again, it speaks to the resilience because, like you say, we've come accustomed to it. You know, we've dealt with it, and I think a lot of people, you need to pat yourself on the back for this as well, because the problem is because this is for a small business. I mean, Rhoda, you will know.
Oh,
I mean, we're flogging entrepreneurship. We're trying to enhance all of that. Everybody's trying to come to the party. But you got to do this with one hand tied behind your back. But businesses are still doing what they do. In South Africans, we find a way around the obstacles.
Exactly.
That needs to be commended.
Exactly.
That needs to be commended. But it shouldn't be. You shouldn't be running a race and a marathon without shoes.
Especially when we're finding ourselves in the year almost 2024, Dougal. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I actually get scared. You know, I always used to watch these future movies and I think to myself, why do they always like make the future look so gloomy and like this war?
It doesn't look happy.
And it doesn't look happy.
It doesn't
There's
look
always
happy.
this war. I mean, you know, what is this one thing when they had the cast when the very first movies came out with, what's his
Well,
name?
like Back to
Tina
the Future.
Turner. The
Oh,
Tina
you're talking
Turner
about Mad
movie.
Max?
Mad Max. That for me was like, Jesus, why are they
Yeah,
looking
none
all
of it looked happy.
Well, you know what? The way things is going, sometimes
Yes.
I think to myself, are we going that way? Mad Max way?
End up on a
But
scrapyard. Yeah, no, it's the same. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But you know what? I'm loving the stuff that is happening, the progressiveness, the out of the box thinking when it comes to rectifying the energy situation, and stuff is happening. So yeah, just let's do what we got to do.
Let's do what we got to
Yeah.
do. And then, sorry, Dougal, and I'm really kind of...
What's the start off with bad news day today?
I know, Dougal, shame, man. And I know you came in here totally, you know, drained.
My spring full doses winter.
I just took a spring out of your mattress at the end of the day. So, petrol's going up, Dougal. And especially, I feel, you know, back in the day, people used to buy cars, diesel cars, because of the fact that diesel was cheaper than petrol. Well, guys, I got bad news for the diesel owners. So it will be going up by between R2.76 for diesel to R2.84 a litre.
Sure.
And then the petrol will be going up R1.71 per litre. So you know they always bring in that 1 cent. 1 cent makes a massive difference.
Yeah.
So
no, it's a big jump.
It's big. So I feel sorry for the guys that decided to do diesel and they're kind of sitting with.
Yeah. And look, we know how the petrol price is determined. It is international carry, the dollar exchange with South Africa, and what oil is going with the Brent crude and all of that. You got international factors. You got all these reasons. It is, but. Not that this means anything, but South Africa's petrol is reasonably priced when you look at like what we pay for it. But I mean, this is proper big.
It's big. It's a big jump.
There's no way to sugarcoat this.
It's very big.
Yeah. You have a choice, Rhoda. Either we go out for the night or you put in, like, I don't know. Like, I mean, can you still buy like a 20 Rand lead? You can't.
You can't, no.
Do you remember the time you used to go to it's just a 5 Rand? What do you do now? Is that like, can that machine actually do 5? Like, can they?
I think it can go. If you're just going to touch it properly with your finger, it's going to be already 10 Rand.
Oh, that's just a few, 2 drops.
Just a few drops.
Anyway, yeah. So you got to watch your driving.
Yeah, come on, guys. If you want to comment or have anything to say, give us your comments there.
I will be impressed if somebody is saying yay about the petrol price.
Then, Dougal, I don't know, this was a conversation that I saw. It was something that I
Good
actually saw on
news.
the internet. It is good news, and it depends on how you want to look at it.
Yeah.
So, your opinion, my opinion, I actually just wanted to hear what you think about it.
Yes.
So, apparently, there was an article that was about a husband that's up in arms mad, and he's like, you know what? His
wife's cheating.
His wife's not cheating, definitely not. But his wife's best friend is getting married.
That's good news. Weddings.
It's very good news. But why he's angry, Dougal, is because of the fact that, besides the fact that she's obviously going to have to give gifts, she's asked everybody to please give a donation towards her wedding expenses. So the catering, the venue, the photographer, she wants a donation. So I don't know. I just thought I'll ask your opinion.
Firstly, when
because
you said the husband was
international,
upset
you're
that-
a mover, you're a shaker, you know a lot of people.
When you said the husband is upset that the wife's friend is getting married, I thought that's why, because maybe he likes her. All right, so that's what I thought. But I do have, Alfonso says, the silver lining, many South Africans are being creative and thinking out of the box. And in
true.
the relation to the petrol as well as
true.
to the load shedding issues.
So true.
I take that.
Sorry, we're jumping back again exactly
Yeah.
on that. You know what, Dougal? I did a photo shoot and I was traveling around into Wallersdene. And then I saw these bikes and Yugi, the guy that works with me, we were traveling and we saw these bikes, going past. But these
electrical,
electrical ones. And I was like, what is it? And I actually stopped. I stopped. And I called one of them. I said, excuse me, what are you doing? Because there's so many of you. And they're moving food. It's like pick a pay
Yeah.
where the food gets sent. And I thought to myself, what a brilliant, and that's exactly the silver lining. Well, if there's no petrol, there's no electricity, this bike is
you hear them.
cycling,
Like
making its own-
mosquitoes everywhere.
No, it's not affecting the atmosphere. There's no fumes. There's no petrol. My gosh, it only needs your manpower.
Yeah, you see the mosquito bikes everywhere.
Super healthy people, so they do sound like.
I don't even think they make a knee. That's more like a scooter.
So
you know what I mean?
That's exactly a case of, think outside of the box and don't put yourself in the box. So heads up, South Africans. You know what?
I've actually on this, I've actually seen loads of people, especially with the delivery services, who employ those bikes and people, and when they go on their training routes, they all got a helmet. The guys I watched the other day, like a group of 20 of them have never been on a bike before because they had training wheels, I could tell. Anyway, and they were driving and signaling and riding. And brilliant. So you kind of keep fit, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
That's good.
All right, so let me understand this concept.
To the husband is upset.
So husband got upset because he's being asked for a donation. So there's this couple who's getting married who wants to have this day, and whatever it is their total cost would be for this ceremony function and all of that, they asking friends and family and everybody else to contribute to make their day a reality.
That's right. So I just wanted your opinion on this.
But is it now outlandish, or is it just because a lot of people, family always jump in? Do you know what I mean? We all contribute in some sort of way, whether it's in a service or a product or cash or something. People all jump in. Are these people now having an outlandish thing? Well, and when I say outlandish, what is outlandish to the next guy is pretty normal to the other person. But to me, a wedding in my mind is not, they don't even go, you may kiss the bride, they just go, next. That to me is, that's how it should be, man. Let's get it done. And
Let's get it over and done with.
So, I don't know. I don't know where I stand with this. I don't know where I stand with it. What I can tell you is, so this is like a bit of an international trend, where people, you remember the day where people used to just give kettles and toasters and electric frying pans and a 6-pack of glasses and cups and crockeries and all of this and linen and all of that. And those days are sort of long gone. And then we went through the gift registry thing where you would actually go, I want this. And then I've done that where I go, no, why would you choose this thing? This is way too, like a gift registry is this nonsense, because then 10 people have got a club to get this one thing. Because why would you choose the 40,000 rand thing? What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? So I'm not a fan of that either. I'm a fan of just giving cash in general. But generally, and I know because I've been to weddings in different places and in different countries, and I know internationally how it normally would work is like, let's assume the reception, the dinner part, is 250 rand for me, 250 rand for you. So now that's 500 rand. So what I will do is I will give a cash gift, monetary gift for that matter, to the value of 500 rand that at least covers our dinner. Do you know what I mean? But that doesn't include the band and all of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would base, that's how I normally work out my gift. Do you know what I mean? Look, ideally you want to give people hundreds and tens of thousands of rands, but let's be honest, I don't know. Exactly. But when you're asking me for contribution as a photographer or flowers to the dress, to the venue, and we all know how sky-high these things go.
Exactly.
I don't really know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. What he should have done is fast food restaurants. You propose in the fast food restaurant, then they normally cater somewhere there. They all
One
go back
time-
to the place that's finger licking good. We've all seen it. The people that sell the
yeah.
Big Macs and all of that. And then everybody just come there. I got allemaal met a happy meal. Happy days.
Happy
That's what you
days.
should have. They should have thought about this.
They should have thought
But I
about
think they're a little bit out of line, unless their friends have money.
Oh, that's also true. Never thought of that one.
But yeah, I don't know. What do you think? No,
No, I'm like this, Dougal. If you cannot afford to have
then you don't have it.
a lavish, then go to court and get married.
Then you don't have
You
it.
know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying?
Yeah.
Then have a small little dinner with whoever you have as friends, and let's have a dinner. But you can't have a lavish or a wedding party and expect other people to do it. I'm sorry,
Nah.
that's my opinion.
I can
And
understand why the guy's a little bit
yeah,
perturbed.
because you know what? Then rather have something small, just us and
Exactly.
you know,
what you can afford.
what you can afford.
Yeah.
You need to look at your pocket and
Not
decide
out.
on that.
Not out of your means.
And I'm sorry to say this, Dougal, like you said, weddings are like this. Next, please. You don't know what's going to happen. I'm not saying, you know, anything can happen and I pay for your lavish wedding and bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam. 1 year later, you meet someone else. You know what
We
I'm saying?
spoke about this, where the people got divorced and they contacted the photographer to say they want the money back because the wedding didn't work out.
Exactly, they wanted the refund. Remember that? We actually had a discussion.
Yeah.
So yeah, next to go. So this is something that grates me many a times when we fly, and you probably obviously
A lot
experienced
of
it as
things
well.
grate you nowadays.
A lot of things grate me.
You becoming a bit gratey in your old age.
So the story of when you're flying and people use up the compartments, you know, when you get in a plane.
Oh, yeah.
So what has happened was a gentleman was thrown off a flight, not South African flight, guys, not South African international flight.
Because
not South
firstly,
African
we
international
don't have
flight
planes.
overseas.
Because we don't have planes, Rhoda. Might just be true about it.
Let's just be true about it. Because you know how many compartments, you know, you've got.
So you
those-
took all the
He took
overheads.
4 of those. You know those big ones where you can put like about 6 bags, you know? He took 4 of those and he refused to remove the things out of there. So then they all got upset and they actually just removed him from the plane with all his luggage and his baggage, which I don't understand how this man got that on. Because
How did
you
he get
can't
it
even
on?
go with the extra bag. If they look at you and they see you with the extra bag, they stop you. So he got this and he actually did that. So yeah, he was thrown off the plane.
Good.
Yeah, but even on that, you know what really makes me angry in a plane is when you get in the plane and say you number 20 is right at the back of the plane or right in front of the plane. The people that sit, sometimes the people in the center, put their bags right in front. And they don't go put it where they're seated. Please, people, can you please put your bag where you're supposed to be sitting?
Exactly.
Right where you're sitting,
Yeah.
F6C, whatever. Because of the fact, you know why they do that? It's because when they get out,
yeah.
they don't have to walk in the aisle with their bags.
Once again, when you don't follow procedure, you don't
Respect.
follow rules. It's because of the selfish, how do I step on the next guy? How do I advance myself attitude?
Exactly.
That's what it is.
It just
I'm glad they
makes me
put
so
that guy
angry.
out. Firstly, because you got to follow the rules. You got to follow the rules.
You have to.
There's a reason for it, to make it as comfortable as. When you're sitting in coach, nobody wants to be squeezed up next to each other, strangers. You know, none of us want to. So you can't be carrying more stuff. It's called hand luggage for a reason.
There's a reason.
You know, how many
exactly.
hands does octopus man have here that he's got to like...
How many hands he had? And he took 4 of those. I really
maybe he
don't
was
know.
making donations for a wedding. Who knows? Could be that.
Then Dougal, one of the things I always try, and that's playing the lotto.
Ah.
I've tried. I
Especially
win
if you're
10
planning a
rand.
wedding.
Especially, yes, then you need a lot of money. So then you win a 10 rand. I don't know if you something. like
I've
10
won.
rand. Yes, me too. A 10 rand.
Oh, 10 rand
A
50.
10 rand here, 10 rand there. Even though you're playing 30 rand.
I've won.
So listen to this one. How amazing is this?
Yeah.
So one gentleman, and this is South African people, because it is the Lotto Plus. So everybody's going to be running to the Lotto Plus to go and play. He not only won once, he won twice to go.
Wow.
Exactly.
How much did he win?
The first time in 2015, he won 136,000. Now look here, you can only give me 10,000 of that and I'll be the happiest person on this earth.
Nice.
136,000. Guess what he won now?
I don't know.
He won the Lotto Plus now. 26 million.
Same dude.
Same dude. Twice. How fortunate is that? Talking about the lucky stars here.
My goodness, the same man.
Same man. And he's 55 years old. We need to go and find him, Dougal. He might be a friend of ours.
He might be a friend.
Yeah, we need to go and find him.
He might be a friend. Where? Do you know whereabouts?
They don't say. They didn't
So
say.
why don't they contact this oak for the wedding?
My point exactly, so you can contribute to their wedding.
Lotto, dude. There's a wedding that you would like to, that you're going to be invited to. Yeah, let's not invite him to the wedding because apparently the man doesn't like flying with with little luggage either. But well done, Lotto man.
Well done, well done. That's all my news for now,
Wow.
And we can probably jump into your sports now because there's a lot of sports.
The thing is with a Lotto thing, as they say, once it starts, it never stops. But Rhoda, the first thing you want to do is obviously purchase a ticket. That is what you got to do. Make sure you give yourself a fighting chance. That is it. But well done, man. That is impressive.
Go if you want to go.
That is impressive. That is impressive. It's just the way luck works. But obviously, we're talking a little bit of sport quickly.
Yes.
So just a recap, of course, Max Verstappen doing what he does best, crossing finishing lines first, apparently. So well done. The Proteas cricket, oh my hat. So South Africa's got no cricketers anymore. We don't know how to play the game. And even our coaches said, we're in trouble after a clean sweep. The coach only says that after we got clean sweep by Australia. Then the bell dropped with the coach to acknowledge the fact that South Africa is useless. Well done, coach. Absolutely well done. They've now called in Eric Simons to assist as a bowling coach because apparently we don't know how to bowl. Well, you're going to need Eric Simons. You're going to need all the Proteas from yesteryear, maybe a couple of Sangomas, Tokoloshis. Get everybody you can and just...
Was it that bad?
Oh, it's bad.
Oh, wow.
We at Bafana level.
Oh,
it's tickets. It's absolutely tickets, but it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
It's all right. Because there's other sport happening as well. Other sporting results that went brilliant this weekend. Let me just touch on this because this was super important because obviously the Premier League has started and 4 weeks into it as well. And we all know the big product that is the English Premier League because it is the most watched football league on the planet, and I know it's huge viewership from our shows as well. And everybody's got their team. So 4th week into it, the international transfer window, not for everybody, is now shut. There was high speculation of Mohamed Salah moving away from Liverpool because Saudi is making a bit. No, he's staying put. But we'll see how it unfolds. But we're talking mega money. There was rumored at one stage 200 million.
Yeah,
okay,
I believe so.
200 million. So there's different amounts. And I mean, we saw earlier in the transfer window the kind of money that was offered for Kylian Mbappe. Yeah. But be as it may, just some of the results of note, of course. Obviously, look, I follow Liverpool. Liverpool beat Aston Villa there. Shame, they came and they ran around and that was it. And they went down. All right, so Liverpool took 3 points. But then there was the big game yesterday at the Emirates Stadium, which was definitely the pick because... Manchester United, you've heard of them?
I've heard of them
as well.
Red.
I think red, blue, pink, red, whatever. Blue, purple and pears, because that's how the results resemble. They played Arsenal yesterday. So, sadly, United lost. For United. Okay, but who cares? Well done, Arsenal, and really doing everybody a favor. But that was it. But... all the focus on the sporting planet and the globe goes to France because today the boys arrived via ferry.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah,
I saw the video.
Via ferry. 8 hours. They arrived now because they've been established in Corsica, the Springboks we're talking about now, Rugby World Cup. So they were in Corsica for their training camp. Lekker. They had a lekker time there.
Lovely.
They arrived now in France. Via ferry, they went an 8-hour boat trip, which was lekker. Here and there, a couple of guys got in and swam next to it. And no, they didn't, but I'm just saying that. It would have been nicer and a refreshing trip. So they arrived, they are there now. And our first game, Rhoda, is this weekend on Sunday. Now, let's get predictions out here, World Cup. So I had an argument with somebody that South Africa is the greatest Rugby World Cup team. Now, let me tell you, because we share titles with New Zealand.
Share it,
All of us have won. Both of us have won it 3 times, okay?
There we go.
Australia has won it twice. England has won it once. South Africa and New Zealand have won the World Cup thrice. But here's the thing, South Africa hasn't played as many World Cups as New Zealand. Because remember, we were barred from playing international rugby. So in 87, when the All Blacks won it, we weren't there. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? 1991 World Cup, the Australians won it. we weren't there.
Exactly.
We only got 95.
95.
The first time we're allowed to play, we somehow win. I'm just saying.
95.
I'm just saying. So that's the way we roll. That's the way we roll. So greatest team. Obviously, we're going into this as defending champions. So
is that Rassi?
Yes, Rassi. People are. He's got a tattoo there. That's
Did he have a tattoo?
yeah. That's the. There's dates on there and the World Cup. So that is obviously.
Talk about a coach.
Yeah, he's got a tattoo there or whatever. But be as it may, so it starts this coming Friday. Okay?
Yes.
So I want you to get your predictions. Firstly, who's going to win the overall thing? Do you think South Africa will win it?
Dougal, my blood is green.
All right.
So for sure, it's going to be tight between South Africa and New Zealand.
You reckon?
I reckon.
Are you just saying that because New Zealand is normally the enemy or something?
No.
Okay.
Look here, hats off to, if you're a good team, you're a good team. They have had a bit of downtime now because I'm not 100% sure what's happening in the camp, watching their games. But because, I mean, even now, when did they play with, they were given such a hard time. It was another team they were playing against. I think it was France. And they ran all over them. So...
okay, if South Africa don't win New Zealand, that's what you say.
If South Africa don't win, New Zealand.
All right.
And then
if South Africa don't win, I'm going to go with France.
I was just going to say.
Just because, you know.
That will be my third choice.
They're hosting the World Cup. For talking the last time it was there, they also didn't do too well. You know what I mean? All like this. Because that's how they speak. You know what I mean? Because the problem is the sexy way the French speak like. Anyway, so the sexy talk, and I obviously got the better of them. So now, obviously, I think South Africa might defend, and it would be fantastic if they could. But Friday it starts. France is playing New Zealand. I'm going for France to beat New Zealand. Who do you say?
I say the same. France
all right,
beat New Zealand.
France. Then also on the weekend, the second game will be Ireland against Romania. Who do you think is going to win there? Ireland. Let's go with that. Italy against Namibia. Careful now. I don't know. But let's go with Namibia. Let's be geographically loyal here.
I was going to say that's
Let's be geographical.
That's it.
I think the pasta fettuccinis is going to get Namibia. I don't know.
They play a brilliant game. They play a brilliant game.
But to all the people, and I've got family in Namibia.
Yes.
Apparently, they're organizing weddings there. All right. Australia against Georgia. Australia? Well, yeah. England against Argentina. Argentina. I go with Argentina. England is useless. Scotland against... Wait, before we talk about that one. Wales against Fiji. Let's go with Fiji. Japan against Chile.
Japan and Chile. Definitely Japan.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. So those are the winners we go with. Scotland against South Africa. Obviously, we're both going for the box. That game is on this weekend's on Sunday.
That is on Sunday.
It is not an easy game, Rhoda.
It's not.
It's not an easy game. It's a proper trying game.
I am scared of that game because I am a bit on edge, kind of nervous, tell you honestly, because Scotland is a brilliant team. Don't underestimate
them. Don't underestimate
them.
Obviously, in our group, we still have, we've got the Scots, obviously, we've got Ireland. We've got Romania, and who's the other one? It's 5 teams. Whichever the other one is. That's the other one. And on paper, I would say on paper, I would say South Africa and Ireland to advance, which means we're in Pool B. You play 1 and 2 from Pool A, which means on paper, New Zealand, France. So the quarterfinal. I've looked at this. I've worked it out.
I can see. Jeez, you're good at this, eh?
South Africa either finishes first or second in their pool. They will either play on paper, and also on paper, should France and New Zealand advance, that will be the quarterfinal opponents. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
So it's a bit one-sided, you know what I mean? Because the other groups, the Mickey Mouses will play each other in the other one. But be as it may, that's how it is. So now, with that being said, would you rather want to be second to place New Zealand in the quarterfinals, or would you rather want to play France in the quarterfinals? Should it transpire as it is? I said this the other day, this World Cup is going to have upsets. Watch France beat New Zealand this coming Friday, opening game.
I would love to see that. I'd love to see that. I
And
won't
then
be
Scotland
surprised.
beats South Africa, and then we're back to square one.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's not going to happen. That was just a joke. It was just a joke. It wasn't funny. All right. That's
No,
it.
That's it. Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
looking forward
I'm going to leave this here to see how correct you were.
We-
Okay, but don't we
need
agree
to-
on all of this?
We agreed on most of
Okay.
them. I think we agreed on all of them except
Okay.
for yes, no, we
No,
did.
we agree on all of them.
Gee, whiz,
All
Dougal.
right, we
Okay,
agree
let's
on
do
all
a
of them.
prediction on the score.
There,
So
Anthony
Scotland,
says,
South
Dougal, I'll
Africa.
send you cash before the wedding. Thanks, man. I will let her know. I'll let her know. I'll let them know. They're getting married. They want donations.
Shame, man.
At least, listen, at least you know it's not my family because they will actually ask you for a donation in terms of a fiance. Like, I want to get married, I just don't know to who.
They'll arrange a wedding for you.
Yeah. Which is better, actually.
Come to go. Let's do a wild one. Seeing as we got all of that the same.
What do you mean a
say
wild
the
one?
score is South Africa, Scotland.
Oh, 35-12.
Okay, 40-12. Very close. For South Africa, obviously.
Yeah. All right, dear,
We're writing it
35-12.
down, people, so we're going to see what our scores are. 40-12.
Yeah.
And
You
you've
say
got-
40-12.
Yes, and you said 35-12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll put you a rhoda.
Yes.
The
It's our
wrong
memory,
answer
so we
and
don't
then the
forget.
correct answer. We'll see. Yeah.
Guys, you must enjoy your rugby.
Enjoy it. It
Rise
is.
and place.
It's World Cup. It is here, people.
Yes.
Couple of
Woo!
days to go. I've got biltong rhoda.
I'm there, dude.
I've got the lagers lined up because of the petrol price. I'm not going anywhere. It's going to be brilliant. Because of load shedding, I might not watch the game. It's fantastic. In the
That's
dark.
another problem. I didn't think of that. Ooh, better check our schedule.
Yeah. Can you imagine that sitting in the dark, you can't go anywhere because you can't afford petrol, and then you got to go to a wedding you don't want to go to. But at least you've won the lotto twice, baby. That is it from us.
That's right, guys. Have a fabulous rest of the week and enjoy.
Enjoy your week. Look after yourselves and everybody around you. Until next time, remember, share, and definitely subscribe to the channel. Thank you for the wonderful comments. Thank you very much for being part of this. And we will see you soon. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.